from Mom's Pump here, and this is an episode of Spilled Milk Sundays, where parenting gets real, and welcome. It's Sunday morning. I hope you grabbed your cup of coffee, your mimosa, if you're lucky. We have Prosecco in the house. And you're ready to join us today because we have a fabulous mama on. Her name is Carla Franklin, and we're going to wait for her to tune in to join us. So I have my coffee, Mom Boss, and let me find out what's going on. You're on. Yay!
I am here. Priya! I feel like we are old friends.
I was just telling everybody that you've been with Mom's Pump here forever.
Yeah. Since and forever meaning since my twins, before my twins were born. So my twins are now almost 3 years old. And it was literally 3 years ago, I think, when I discovered MomsPumpHere at, you had a booth at one of the major New York baby fairs. And I won a drawing, and I still have the beautiful bag and the manual pump. It was an amazing experience, and I love using your app because I have a new baby who's 8 months old. Oh yeah. And I'll tell you, it's a piece of technology, and I know we're going to talk about technology and momming and all that later, that has helped me immensely as a mom, especially as a mom who, you know, doesn't have a lot of, who has a lot of support nowadays when breastfeeding, but this is like an extra support arm to help mommies who want to breastfeed and are on the go. So yeah, thank you for MomsPumpHere.
Oh, love it. I love you, Carla. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you won the very first giveaway we ever had.
Oh.
And I still have a beautiful picture of you. I'm going to share it later in the comments.
Perfect.
Beautiful picture of you holding the bag. And you were really pregnant.
Yes. with two babies, yes. 2 babies were in there. And listen, I think I was only 7 months, but I look like 10 months.
Isn't that always? Well, you were pregnant with twins, so.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. Yeah.
So I want to introduce you to everybody.
Sure.
So Carla, I'm reading right now my notes. Carla is a fabulous mom of 3. She is a Java programmer. So yeah. I gotta say I love this because it's gonna sound so stupid, but I love smart women.
Oh, of course. Which is why we get along. I love smart women too. Sorry, I'm adjusting my camera. Apologies. I'm on mommy duty. So if you see a 7-month-old pop up in the background, just ignore him.
I love it. That's completely fine. I actually have my kids circulating behind me, so and I'm trying to give them a look like stop.
No problem.
But you're a Java programmer, you're a tech maven, you're a strategy consultant.
Yeah.
You are also a woman business owner. You own your own business.
Yeah.
You're a speaker, a profit leader. You are the founder of Black Geek Girl, which I want to know more about in the last section of our show.
Sure.
And you are constantly evolving and growing yourself and learning new things.
Yeah.
And looking out for everybody in your community. Moms or women just like you who are involved in tech, and I love that about you.
Thank you.
So Spilled Milk Sundays is where parenting gets real.
Yes.
Yay!
Always.
And dive right in. What was your realest parenting moment this week or recently?
Recently. Well, we're in the middle of potty training.
Oh.
×2. And so recently, there's always some funny potty story. with my twins, who, like I said, they're 2 months away from 3. But my realest parenting moment this week was probably today. One person had to poopy, one person went wee on himself at the same time, and then the baby was in the background needing a diaper change. And so what do? You just get it done. My husband took the twins, I took the baby, we divided, we conquered. And it's funny, now they're out of the house at church, and I'm here with the baby, so we got it done.
Yeah, you definitely. So you have, the twins are boys.
Yeah, they're all boys. I'm the queen of the castle.
So I heard recently this one little tip. I don't know if it was on TV or where it was, that a way of training boys to pee in the toilet is to put Cheerios in there and have them do target practice.
Well,
I've never heard of that before.
I've heard that one, but we've not gotten there yet. What I did was I actually, we have 4 potties, and we have a urinal. We have a toddler urinal, and our urinal, I got it on Amazon. It's I can even include it in the comments in case someone is looking for a great potty training tool for their young toddler boy. But we have a green froggy urinal, and he has a tongue that spins. And when you point and you blast at it with our what I call, this is what we call it in my house, pee-pee blasters. When you blast the tongue with your pee-pee blaster, then it spins. So it's a lot of fun. So we haven't done the Cheerios thing yet, but the concept is the same.
And we're live again. It's Spilled Milk Sundays, and ironically, today we have a tech maven on, and our technology is not doing that great, but she's still there. So I'm waiting for her to hop back in, and we were having such a great conversation about potty training. All right, so let's see if she sees me.
Hey!
Hey! The
Back.
irony, I can't tell you how ironic this is, that I have a tech maven and then my tech fans. But this is the beauty of doing live Facebook.
It is,
right?
it is. And technology is what it is.
Exactly. It is what it is, and it doesn't care about you. It just does what it is.
No, it doesn't. It's just a tool.
Yeah, it's just a tool. So what we'll do is all these videos go on YouTube, is that we'll split up the episodes. So you'll have 2 episodes versus 1.
Awesome.
Okay, so we were talking about your real parenting moment and you potty training your boys, your twins. Let's get into hot topics.
Oh.
So,
excuse me.
So the first topic is tech hindering or helping moms? Is there too much tech? Are we relying too much on it? Or is it really helping us?
Okay, so I feel like we've always had technology, right? Through from antiquity to today. First, it was the wheel, right? This wheelbarrow thing. They probably said that it's gonna make us lazy. We should just walk everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So I think tech, just like I said a moment ago, tech is a tool, right? It's just one of many tools that we can use to help support our, everyday lives as moms, as working women, as people. So of course, I'm a fan of technology. However, I limit it in my household. I have 2.5-year-olds, and I have an 8-month-old, well, soon to be 8-month-old. Mm-hmm. And my kids don't have tablets. Excuse me. And I'm going to put that off as long as possible. When it comes to the developmental stages of children, I do think that it's better that they learn through play, through physical play. This is just not to impose my beliefs on any other mom. I think moms and parents need to do what's best for them. But in my opinion, technology can hinder kids developmentally in some ways if they become, if they become too dependent on things. For example, using that calculator instead of learning to add and subtract on their own.
Which my kids.
No, but I mean, it's there, right? It's there, and it's a piece of technology. Or it's funny, even in potty training, I was talking to someone at the daycare who's asking me how I was doing it with the twins. I got an old school timer that we twist and turn so that the kids can see. I'm setting it to 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes, it's like a little kitty cat timer, and we call her Pee Pee Kitty. And when Pee Pee Kitty rings, right, now I can do it with my phone, but I like I think sometimes we do need to see and to feel and have things be manual. That being said, as a mom, as an adult who is fully formed, who has already developed and, you know, is able to filter things out, technology is so important to me. I have 3 kids under 3. I have a beautiful stepson, and I have an amazing husband. But as you know, Priya, the mommies of the house we run the household. We are the CPU, right? Yeah. Nothing gets done when mommy is sick or out of the way. So, you know, but a lot of times in this day and age, like, we live far away from our families. We may live in cities where, you know, it's not easy to grab something after work or get home quickly to cook. So there are technology, you know, tools that I use to enable my life every day, including Seamless Web and Grubhub. And
I love Seamless.
Yes, absolutely. Right. Another one that's huge here in New York is, and sorry, my baby is playing with his little bubble toy. Another one that we use a lot here in New York is Fresh Direct. I don't have time to go to the grocery store all the time. And here in New York City, like, where do you park? And when you park, right, who's going to, like, help you if you have a car? You know, who's going to help you get up the steps with all those bags if husband is not home and the kids are too little to help you? You know, Fresh Direct delivers right to my doorstep, and it is quick and it's easy, and it's just, you know, just a couple of clicks away. I use MomsPumpHere when I'm looking for a pump. Yes. I'm running around the city, going to client meetings. As you mentioned, I'm an entrepreneur. So I have my own management consulting firm. It is small, but mighty and growing. And so I'm constantly doing business development and running and meeting clients. And I lug my pump around with me because my baby is 100% breastfed. Well, where do I go? MomsPumpHere will tell me, right? So those things enable me to be the best mom that I can be.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So it's so funny. I asked you that question because sometimes I feel like we're so reliant on the technology that things get lost. Yeah. You know, and I think with millennials, with younger moms, it's more, the tech is important to them. They need to have access to sites. They need that information up front so they can, you know, do their daily lives, so, you know, do all to do to run their household like you do with Fresh Direct. Yes.
Sorry, do you hear him? I'm sorry. That's Xavier. He's crawling. He's fine. He's fine. But go ahead, millennials. Yeah, I agree. They are dependent.
We become so reliant on tech, but sometimes we, you know, for example, with my kids, they're older, right? And all they want to play their video games. They want to play Roblox. They want to play Minecraft, you know, whatever. Yeah. I get so pissed off because that's all they're doing. And I force them to go outside.
Good.
You're going to get your computer taken away. And, I love it.
I'm going to put him on my lap. This is how I'm normally, and of course he wants to feed now. Say hello. So I'm gonna feed him while we talk. This is my life as a mommy. This is my life. And yeah, there we go. Okay.
I love it, Carla. So yeah, it's just a balance. I think at the end of the day, there has to be a balance for moms and for their kids. Because God forbid, what if something happened one day and we had a apocalyptic situation where all the tech went down, you know?
What would they do?
What would we do? I remember one day Facebook was down and everybody's just like, what is that?
Right. Do I have to talk to people face to face? Oh my God, what do I do?
Right?
Right. Exactly. And I think in my opinion, and again, this is not to judge any mommy. You know, you do what's best for you, and every child is different also. But I would do what you were doing, because you're right. Our kids, and I'm a bit of an older mommy, even though I look good. Our kids are growing up in a time that's much different than we grew up in. I mean, the cartoons went off at a certain time when we were little, right? So we didn't have a choice. There was no cartoon, there was no Cartoon Network. There was no like 24-hour cartoons. There was no 24-hour internet. You went outside and played, or you found something else to do. And I think that, you know, for me, even with my 2.5-year-olds, they have puzzles, they have coloring books. We really monitor their TV. I mean, so to me, the technology piece is like the TV. Back when we were younger, right? You minimize, you give them a little bit, but you try to ration it and make sure they're developing in other ways. Because you're right, social skills are huge, and a lot of millennials aren't. And you need to actually get out, get away from the screen and socialize in order to develop those skills. You can't develop them by texting and FaceTiming all the time. So ration it, just like our parents did with, hopefully our parents did with the TV. And I think that, the kids will be fine, right? They'll be fine. But I do think some parents use it as a substitute parent or some type of babysitter. And that's when I think it becomes unhealthy and harmful. And no, your kids cannot be on, the phone playing whatever, I don't know, the Pokemon game all the time, or whatever the new thing is, because there have been studies to show that there are dopamine addictions, that happen. And so, their brains are still developing. We don't fully know the ramifications of letting them have too much time on their technology and on their apps. So I think we have to ration it. But let them play. Let them have fun. Let them be kids.
So, okay, talking about TV, next topic.
Yes.
Kate Middleton. So,
aren't her kids beautiful? They're all beautiful.
Her kids are gorgeous, and they're probably the well-dressed 2-year-olds I've ever seen in my life. So, best dressed 2-year-olds. So she had her third child. I think it's Louis, or is it Louis?
Louis. I think they're calling him Louis. I could be wrong, but I saw that, Louis. Yeah,
so they had their third child, Louis, and Kate was out of the hospital within hours after giving birth.
I know.
I want to hear your take on this.
First of all, she looks great. She's got a lot of money, so she can do that. She was out of the hospital, but then she was in her Bentley being driven home. And no, you know what? Yeah, I have many thoughts on this. She has money, so she has someone who she's gonna go home to a situation where she's probably got servants, and I'm totally okay with this. Like, listen, I'm more power to you. She's got servants, she's got nannies. Each child probably has 2 nannies, right? She's got people to make sure that she as a mom is getting the rest that she needs. That was a photo op that we saw, by the way, of her coming out of the hospital. I believe she's going home to rest and recuperate. And strip away the money, she's like any other mom. My hope for her is that she's getting lots of rest, that she has lots of support, that she's able to breastfeed. I really, I think that's the best thing for kids, of course. And that, that the kids aren't driving her crazy, because she's what now? She's got 3 under 4. I have 3 under 3, but she's got 3 under 4, I think. And so yeah, and I wish that for any mommy. I think, the bigger challenge is, I wish I could see a lot of celebrity mommies come out and talk about, especially here in the US, just the need for more mommy support. My heart goes out to the mommies who, and again, I have my own business, so I was able to take like roughly an 8-month maternity leave.
Oh my God, that's 8 months.
But we need it. I mean, some countries it's 9 months to a year. Like, how do you establish a breastfeeding pattern? You can't establish a breastfeeding pattern in 6 weeks and then think that your milk supply is going to stay like really, full and at the ready through a pump. And not that anything is, I mean, of course, you know, we have to pump because this is just the society that we live in. But when I look at a Kate Middleton, you know, she is so, you know, how lucky is she? I mean, you know, she's
like the exception.
She's the exception. She's the exception. So many people don't have that. And mommies have to rush back to work and hand their babies over to strangers and want to be with their babies and want to pump. I mean, and who better to take care of your baby than you? She's going to be around her kids. I mean, I mentioned the nannies. And again, there is nothing wrong with that, right? Because it used to be our grandmothers and our great grandmothers would come and, you know, help take care of the family. Nannies are just extensions of your own family. But, you know, I think she looked beautiful. I think she has a lot of support. And, you know, I hope that mommies like her will continue or start to, you know, a dialogue about how all mommies need that type of support.
Yeah, absolutely. And so talking about your business, let's get into the last section of our show. You took 8 months off from your business. Now, is this your consulting business or a Black Geek Girl? I want to hear all about what you're doing.
Sure.
How you're in your life.
Everything too much. So how I make my money is Carlin Solutions. I'm a management consultant. And as you mentioned, I was a Java programmer. So I started my career way back in 1999. Wow. Dating myself. 1999.
Same age, Carla, we're probably the same age.
I love you. Okay, we'll talk offline, right? We'll compare. Yeah. But yeah, I started after college programming and doing a lot of e-commerce web development, which at the time was very cutting edge. I was supposed to go to medical school. Thought I'd do this consulting thing for a year or two and then go to medical school, but I loved technology. And didn't really care that I was one of a few women of color. I really loved programming. I went on to work for IBM for 8 years, went to business school at Columbia Business School, and then decided to just get out of technology and do pure strategy consulting. But then I was called back to do technology for many, many reasons. One, I missed it. Two, and this is a whole nother discussion, I had a cyber stalking incident I had to Google me. There's a Daily Beast article about it, and I just want to say shout out to Liskala, my girl, who is watching online now, but kind of got pulled back in just because of the incident. Honestly, I went to go work for a technology startup for a little while around the time that I was being cyber stalked. But there was at the time not a lot of the Me Too movement, of course, was years in the making. But women were being attacked and cyber stalked all over the internet. Not only women, people of color, LGBT, the LGBT community, you know, very marginalized communities were being attacked. And there was no thought of, you know, the internet companies took a stance, and their stance was, well, freedom of speech. Well, no, freedom of speech does not allow you to harass and stalk people. It doesn't. But they weren't, there was not enough of a groundswell to make them care about women, you know, or people who are marginalized. And so I used my skills and had a lot of great support from women like Liskala Cohen, who's watching also, who had kind of really set the stage for women like me to fight back. And I fought back against my cyber stalker, and I successfully won an order of protection against him. But
I'm so glad you're okay, because that's scary.
It was scary. I ended up on the cover of the New York Post. It was just only in New York and only Carla, right? Only Carla Franklin. And it was, at the time, it felt very big and it felt very overwhelming, and I was just so upset. Like, it was just not anything I could have imagined, but there was purpose for it. And so I decided that I was not going to be scared, that I was not going to delete all my online profiles, because I work in technology. This is what I do. I can't just disappear from it all. And why should I? Because some weirdo wants to make me feel unsafe and uncomfortable because he's obsessed. So I went on, I fought it. I won my order of protection. And I started my own company after that, or around that time, I should say. And I have been successfully running my own business, making my own money since then. And now we're growing. And Black Geek Girl kind of spun off of my kind of interest in promoting technology in the African American, I should say, African community of the diaspora, in the African diaspora. I think that there are so many amazing people engaged in technology or geeky stuff around the world who are of African descent. And I just wanted to see kind of more publicity around it. And I said, well, I could do this myself. I could start posting articles. I could start speaking, guest speaking spots. I did a couple of segments on Arise TV, just talking about apps and technology. Because we're out there, and it's important to have the representation and to see people like me. And it's still evolving. I will be hiring an assistant soon that will be helping me with my social media community management. So stay tuned. You'll see more from Black Geek Girl.
Are you having any events? Because I would love to come, because we're in the same city.
Oh, that is right. Because I was supposed to come to one of your events. Let's talk offline.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm going to be hiring someone soon. And so I'm hoping that they could, help with the social media management, but also PR in general. And you've done amazing things with MomsPumpHere here. I just want to say that. Kudos to you. And maybe we can, share some tips, and who knows what the future may bring. But
let's collaborate. I would love
collaborate.
That. And I think, with the mom industry, I think it's every industry. There is a need for more diversity in every industry. Yeah. And I feel it wholeheartedly in the mom industry. Being in this space, I want to see more brown girls. I want to see people who look just like us. And it fills my heart whenever I see more moms being active and putting their face out there, putting their thoughts and their beliefs out there. Because we need more of it. We need that diversity, even the diverse thinking. We need it.
Yeah.
And there's a huge need for it. So I really have to commend you for what you're doing and putting yourself out there. I can't believe you went through that situation. That's that's nuts.
Now 3 kids and a husband later. It's in the past, but it was hard. It was hard. But what I know is I had to fight back. And what I also know is that it was very helpful to other people. My fight was very helpful to other people, as was other people's fight helpful. It was helpful to me. So it was something that, go ahead.
You turned it into a positive. You took it. You took the monster of a situation and you turned it into a positive, which is huge.
Yeah, I did.
So if moms wanted to find you, get in touch with you, what are your social media handles? Do you have a website?
Yes. If you want to get in touch with me, carlafranklin.com, and that's actually being updated now, but carlafranklin.com kind of has all the links to my other social media sites, but I'm also on Twitter. Carla_Franklin is my Twitter handle. I'm on Facebook as Carla Franklin. I'm on LinkedIn as Carla Franklin. And I have an about.me page. So that also links everything together. So yeah, I am out there. I'm definitely out there.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for being our guest today for Spilled Milk Sundays. And guys, check Carla out. She's fantastic. If you want to go into the same industry, if you need help, Carla is there to work it out with you, with her company. What's Carla Franklin?
Carlin Solutions, like Carla Franklin. Yeah, Carlin Solutions. Yeah.
I love that. So Carla, reach out to her. Remember to go to MomsPumpHere.com for places to breast pump all around the world. We now have over 7,000 locations.
Wow.
We're translating 12 different languages plus, because there's a translator on the website also. So we have multiple websites that in different languages. And make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and tune in for our next episode of Spilled Milk Sunday in a couple weeks.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Carla, for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, Priya. Mwah, mwah. Bye-bye.